The About Us page. 6. Number 1, you should have one. I can't tell you how many dealerships, again, I looked at hundreds of dealers' websites, and a lot of them don't have an About Us page. You need to tell them your story. People want to feel connected to the people they do business with. And people do business with people they like and trust. I'm not telling you something you haven't heard or don't know, but if you're not utilizing that, you're hurting yourself. It helps them connect with you. You know, years ago, I did a mailer for a company that had been around for 30 years, and we were doing the 30-year anniversary. And this dealership happened to be owned by a set of twins. And I was dealing with the son. And he found me an article that was done about these twins in one of the dealer magazines. Actually, it was on the back cover, I think. And it showed the two twins in the back of their vehicle from the late 60s or 70s. And they were both in the back of a station wagon. And we used this photo with the article that told about their history, how they got into the car business, how they wound up opening a dealership, and all these different things. And when we did the sale, we included that as a separate piece in the mailer. And I can't tell you how many people came in with that in their hand saying, this was fabulous, we love this, you know, and they felt so connected, congratulating them. So my point is this: people want to do business with who they like and trust. The more they know about you, the more they feel connected with you, the better chance you have of doing business with them. It's that simple. Number 7, your copyright. This should be a no-brainer, but again, can't tell you how many mistakes I've seen of this. Make sure that your copyright is not outdated. It makes a bad impression. If they see your copyright at the bottom of the page when they're looking around, and it has last year or 2 years ago, or some I've even seen worse, it makes them wonder, and it plants a seed that you don't want to grow, that makes them question your competence. Again, any little thing, people have no patience, and they'll think don't make them think what they want to think, make them think what you want them to think. And make sure the copyright is the current year you're in. Simple, but you'd be amazed how many times I've seen it not right. Number 8, load time. This one is big. When a dealership's website has too many photos and graphics, it slows down the load time. And people today have zero patience. They do. They have absolutely no patience at all. And you don't have patience. I don't have patience. If we're on a website and it's not going the way we want, we leave. It's that simple. You need to test your website with numerous devices and numerous connections. Test it with your desktops, with your phones, with your iPads, with your different tablets. Test it with, going to a cafe or going to a Starbucks, not just from a home or a Wi-Fi there. See how it loads. If your website doesn't load like bang, people have no patience. They'll click off. You need to remove whatever is not absolutely necessary. A couple of weeks ago when I was working on this, I went to a couple dealer websites to check something, and I happened to not be in my office. And so I had my laptop, and I was using my personal hotspot. And I was able to, with the personal hotspot, I can check my email, I can go to Gmail, I can Google, I can do different things. But when I went to go to a dealer website, that little thing just kept spinning around and around and around. It wouldn't load. Went to another one, same thing. Did it 3 or 4 times, just clicked off and said, it's not worth it. I can't even get on. And it really drove the point home of this load time. Not everyone you deal with has instant, phenomenal connection to the internet. You need to make it as simple as possible. You don't need all those ads and pictures and to just annihilate their consciousness with all the stuff coming at them when they jump on your website. Let them get on and then slowly show them different things. You need to make sure that your website loads at lightning speed. If not, like I said before, they'll click on to your competition, and I know that's the last thing you want. Number 9, the chat box, that bot, that message thing that pops up the minute you get on your website. You have to realize that people hate to be rushed. And when that thing jumps in your face the minute you go on the website, it reminds me of the old style dealerships where someone would walk in the door and a salesman jumps in their face, throws out their hand and says, "Hey, I'm Joe Blow. Welcome to ABC dealership. What can I sell you today?" People hate that. And when you push that "can I help you" in their face, the minute that they jump on your website, they feel rushed, and a lot of people hate it. And some people are so annoyed by it that they just jump right off. You need to let people settle. You need to give them 10, 15 seconds at least before you have that pop up and ask if you can help them. In a lot of cases, what I'm going to suggest is you don't even have the pop-up when they get there. You use an exit pop-up. So when they go to click off your website, up pops the pop-up and says, "Hey, can I help you? Is there something we failed to, is something we missed, something we failed to do? Please don't go." And a lot of times that will work much better than the actual pop-up, "Can you message me?" Okay? Number 10. Again, this one should be a no-brainer, and I can't tell you how hard this is to find on some people's websites. And it's the map to your dealership, the Google map, okay? Don't hide it. Make it easy to find. Make sure it has either an ask for directions or need directions. Click here. And when you do, make sure they can insert their address and get instant directions to your dealership like that, okay? Because if you don't have that set up, and I can tell you from our analyzing so many of these dealerships that I'm going to say only 20 or 25% had that set up that way. They had a map. First of all, you had to go find it. And then it was this little tiny 2x2 map that you had no clue what the heck where that was. If you didn't live right there, like a block away, you didn't know where it was. So you need to have it set up. I've seen it. And I'm sure that it can be done, regardless of your web provider, to make sure that when they click on your map or they click where your map is, you have a button that asks, "Need directions?" Click here, insert your address, and in it goes. Do not let them get confused, not know where you are, and then say, "Well, let's go on Google and find the website, the dealership." Because what can happen is, while they're searching for your address, up pops 1, 2, 3 of your competitors. And don't be surprised if they say, "Oh, look, this one's even closer. Why don't we go to this one first or go to this one?" And they may never wind up coming to you. Simple, but it's a huge error that a massive amount of websites have that needs to be corrected. Please go to part 3 for the next video of 15 critical errors dealers make that cost them millions and how to fix them all.